Example here tells us to prove the identity that 1 minus sine squared of x over 1 plus cosine of x is equal to negative cosine of x. So we have to choose, do we want to work the left or the right? And so I'm going to work the left side. Oh, sorry, that line's just not going to be straight. Probably because I have my iPad tilted. Alright, so the first thing I notice, it's 1 minus a fraction. Now guys, we can't just get rid of the fraction, okay? Because we can't work both sides. We can only work this left side here. So what I need to do is I need to get a common denominator. So I know that 1 is the same thing as 1 plus cosine of x over itself. Remember, anything divided by itself equals 1. And since I need a 1 plus cosine of x for here, that's what I use there. Or you could say we're going to multiply this fraction by the first one's denominator and the first fraction by the second one's denominator. Whichever way you want to look at it. Alright, so either way, I get 1 plus cosine of x over itself is, one second here, I got something weird happening on my iPad. Alright, so minus, that's sine squared of x over 1 plus cosine of x. So, let's notice, all I need in my answer over here is I need a cosine of x. So, can I change sine squared of x to become a cosine? I can. There's an identity that tells us that sine squared plus cosine squared equals 1. And when you solved it for sine squared, you should have got sine squared of x was equal to 1 minus cosine squared of x. So I'm just going to rewrite this here. And in the numerator, I'm going to change that to 1 minus cosine squared of x. And now I'm going to go ahead and combine my fractions. I'm going to distribute this negative sign there. So I have this 1 plus cosine of x, then minus 1 plus cosine squared of x over our common denominator. Combine like terms. My ones are going to cancel. And I'm going to write this in descending order. No, I'm not. I'll just leave it like it is. Oops. So we got cosine of x plus cosine squared of x all over 1 plus cosine of x. Well, can I do anything else in my numerator? I can. I can common factor out a cosine of x. And when I do that, that leaves me with 1 plus cosine of x in parentheses over that denominator. And then look at that. We have a 1 plus cosine on top and on bottom. So that cancels. And all we have left is that cosine of x. And that is equal to what we were looking for, cosine of x.